Hello everybody, my name is Ronja Engarde, and welcome back for more Pokemon Emeralds. Just a little heads up between parts, I did walk out of the cave instead of, just using an escape rope or using Dig. So I encountered a Lairon, which I ended up catching, named it Rojas. No big deal really, so but at least now you know. So we don't have anything to capture in Victory Road, which god dang it, I'm just super excited about all of this. That we're actually here. We're in Victory Road, about to face the final battles, which after thinking a bit about them, because this is the day after yesterday's recording session, I'm kind of slightly worried, because everybody's at I'm probably gonna do some fucking grinding between this part and the next, but we're decently adequately leveled. Of course, I'm gonna try to grind just a little bit extra, just to have that, little extra boost before going in. But what I'm kind of worried about, actually, is because I'm not really worried too much about Wallace, because he's using water types, which aren't the worst to counter, but and Drake, I feel like I have enough Pokemon with Ice-type moves, so he wouldn't be the biggest issue. And Sydney is, just generally lower leveled than the others, so I'm not too scared of him either. My biggest issues lies within, first of all, Phoebe, because Phoebe has the Dusclopses, which, can take a fucking beating, so taking them down is not going to be too easy, and, in general, her Pokemon are kind of tanky, so, a little worried about that, but then I'm also kind of worried a lot about, Glacia, because, girl, I don't know if you've noticed, but, over half of our team is weak against ice, so the only two Pokemon that aren't weak against ice, straight up, are Spewed and Narcissus. So yeah, that's, oh, son of a bitch, give me a sec. Sorry about that. I completely fucking blanked on the fact that you need strength and rock smash in here, so sorry to Jiongu, who is gonna have to sit out on this one, sadly. Don't really need Flash personally, because I've done this Victory Road enough to know the layout quite offhand. But on top of that, I'm gonna be honest in saying that I'm actually using a map. But that's not because I couldn't, find my way through Victory Road, but it's just because wow, complete blank. It is because I am very bad at, it's kind of the same thing what I talked about with, the ocean, that I'm kind of get freaked out about. I get so freaked out when there's a lot to do, and I need to make a fucking list, or okay, I need to do that and that and that in that specific order. I need a fucking bullet point list, pretty much. So I have the map laid out in front of me of I don't need the map for directions, because I already have directions pretty easily figured out, but I have the map open for all the trainers, knowing, you know, okay, that trainer is there and that item is there, just the, yeah, you know, so that I know, so that I can easily, you know, plan my route. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to have a map, even though I could find my way without a map, it's still, you know, helpful to have. Because, you know, only being able to see, like, one step ahead of you isn't, you know, the most fun thing in the world. So now we're picking up these items, and then we're going to make a quick detour up here to take care of a trainer, and then there's an item also waiting for us. Kind of thinking that I'm already in the mindset of like retrospecting, like thinking about the series, because like we're down to the line right now. Like this is almost about to end, which, you know, it's just so crazy that, you know, it's this episode and then, you know, we're at the Elite Four. Like, how crazy is that shit? Like, I feel like it's, well, honestly, I feel like it's kind of a long while since I started, but I suppose that is just because I started recording like a while ago. Like, I think actually, literally, I recorded episode 1 in like May, and now it's like the 2nd of August. But you know, I pre-recorded a lot of the earlier episodes because I didn't want to start posting until I had like a decent amount of episodes already in my backlog. So I feel like this series has lasted quite a bit, even though, you know, I've only been posting for like a little over a month now. Like this should be episode 30. Yeah, it should be. So like now we've posted for like a regular month, I should say, because like that's kind of the thing that I have trouble visualizing, that 28 days is, you know, technically the length of a month, if you think. Well, because it's 28 days isn't really a month as much as it is, you know, 4 weeks, which is a lot more accurate, because, like, you know, there's only 1 month that's actually 28 days. All the others are like, you know, 30 and 31. So I feel like a month, if you say we're gonna do this for a month, I'm thinking 30 days usually, because I don't equate 28 days to a month. I equate it to 4 weeks, which, you know, is more accurate. And, you know, I feel like I just made a circular argument right there, which, you know, I have a bad habit of doing. So, sue me. Oh man. Can it actually, when I look at a map right now, like, the Victory Road isn't as big as I think of it as, because like, after having played this game as a kid, you know, I played Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire came out in 2003, which would have made me 8 years old, and Emerald was 2005, which would have made me 10. So like, I played this game like approximately like 8 through 12, pretty much. So like, because I didn't have access to maps, you know, didn't have access to Cerebi and, you know, all that shit. So, you know, the Victory Road felt fucking massive, because like, you would spend a good amount, you know, just running around, you know, not knowing which way is which, pretty much. But like, looking at it now, it's like we're already kind of almost halfway done with it already. Well, a third. We're a third of the way done. Because distance doesn't really count that much when you think about the fact that there are like, let's actually count them now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trainers. 11, wow, 11 trainers. Although 3 of those, well, 6. 6 of those are tag battles, so I don't know. So let's check our team here. Okay, let's put Spunt up here, and ooh, Narcissus, you need to go back here, because, you know, I'm super duper anal about, you know, doing that kind of shit. Actually, keep the XP share, because I'm not super keen about using Spunt in a lot of battles, so. Max Repel, well, I'm more than happy about that. Or, well, you know, it's okay. And, you know, here's TM29 for Psychic, which, you know, we could have just gotten it from here, but, which I did remember, as I was, grinding for the coins, but, I figured that, you know, whatever, like, I felt like it was better to have it as early as possible, just in case, because, you know, you never know. There might, all of a sudden, you encounter a situation where you're like, oh shit, I should have totally had Psychic right now. I shouldn't have waited for the TM to pop up, like, later. So there's that. And, you know, like, it's doubly, like, kind of not the best idea to grind for it, because, you know, it wouldn't have been so bad if there was, like, another Pokemon that could learn Psychic, but I'm pretty sure that Jiongu is the only one that can learn Psychic, so. Not the best idea, but, I mean, it doesn't really, it's not the hardest thing in the world to grind for coins. Tedious, yeah, but, I mean, whatever. That ain't the worst. Kinda like that he uses a Whaler, like, that's a lot of fun. I always like whenever trainers have, like, a nice variety of Pokemon, like not necessarily that they are, like, super, you know, difficult and they use, like, fucking Smogon sets and what have you. Like, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of that, you know, in ROM hacks when the trainers are, like, you know, like, their sets are, like, straight up pulled from Smogon. Like, come on, that's kind of lame. Well, I don't mind it as much when it's, like, you know, the gym leaders and Elite Four, like, okay, then it makes sense that they would have, like, the best. But just for regular trainers, I much more prefer them to have, like, you know, they can have some strong Pokemon. Like, this Medicham, for example, is actually a pretty, well, not when it uses fucking Psychic, but you know what I mean. It's a pretty decent Pokemon. But I much prefer them to have, like, more, like, quote-unquote flavor. Like, I feel like I've used, Did you just give Spunt Levitate? Wow. That was a very, very stupid decision on your part. Oh well. Yeah, I've used the term flavor quite a bit, but I don't really know how to explain that too well. I suppose, future me, if you could just pop up on screen a good definition of flavor, I'd be mighty appreciative. But just in general, I really like, you know, as I said, that they use different kind of... And actually, in a game where I think they really did a good job with this is in fucking Platinum. I think they did a really good job with, you know, the flavor that they added with, like... You had some trainers that used, like, completely, like, off the wall Pokemon. Like, you know, there's just, you know, a random ace trainer that uses like pseudo wudo for some reason. It should still have levitate. I should, yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, fucking, I don't know. Spute doesn't really have much to do here. Ah, fuck it. Let's just use Screech on this thing for no reason. Not that it mattered, but oh well. Yeah, as I said, I feel like Platinum, the reason they did that was because of the way that the national dex works. Because to get the national dex, you actually had to see all 210 Pokemon in the game. So that was kind of the reason why they had to include like a lot of trainers with like quote unquote weird Pokemon, because you know you had to have the ability to see all the Pokemon, you know. Well, I suppose you could also. I think there's like one or two Pokemon that you are almost required to see in the wild, you know, like wild Pokemon. But there are some that you can just get through. Like pretty much, if you battle all the trainers and skip every wild Pokemon, like you use repels throughout the whole game, you still see like almost the entire Pokedex. Like I think there's only like 5 to 10 Pokemon that like no trainer has them whatsoever. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Future me, I'm giving you more work, more homework. How many Pokemon in Platinum cannot be seen, but are not owned by trainers? Interesting. God damn it. Just, straight up just giving myself more work, pretty much. Oh well. It's not like that's the hardest thing to figure out. By the way, also, I completely forgot to mention that one trainer that had that lantern used fucking Earthquake. Well, I mean, I already knew that there was an illegal lantern in here, but I for some reason I didn't think it was that trainer that had. I thought it was another trainer that had that lantern, but apparently it was that guy. And that's another thing, just in general, because I feel like that is, well, not necessarily the most common knowledge, but I think it's one thing that a lot of people know about is that, that trainer has a Pokemon, a Lantern, that uses a move, Earthquake, which Lantern cannot learn whatsoever. So it's not like it's news. I'm just talking about it because why? Like, it's not like in the case of God, no, I can't actually think of. I feel like there's a good example of like. I feel like they've given a Pokemon another illegal move in another generation that, should have made sense, but they just don't have that move. But like in this case, it's like, who would have even imagined that Lantern could even learn Earthquake? Like it does not look like it should learn Earthquake. Like, what the hell? And on top of like, it makes like. That Lantern having Earthquake makes no sense from any standpoint. Like, from a flavor standpoint, it's like, why give that Lantern Earthquake? Because like it doesn't even look like a Pokemon that will learn Earthquake. And then from a gameplay standpoint, it's like it doesn't even have that good attack. Like it would have been one thing if it gave Earthquake to like an actual attacker, but Lantern has like 52 base attack or something. Like, why did they give it Earthquake? Couldn't you give it like fucking, I don't know, Volt Tackle, something that would have actually been useful? Still, you know, still illegal, but actually useful. Oh well. Don't know why I'm fucking ranting about that, but oh well. We have, like, no PP left for our attacks. That is, not okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, we have one more ancient power, and then, you know, Gurwy empty. Boom. Wonder if I should, or I could just do that. Okay. He has 2 Pokemon left, which, you know, I don't actually know who they are. Because, you know, I do remember quite a bit about, like, Pokemon, like, info. But, you know, I don't know everything. There's a definite limit to how much I know about Pokemon. I'm kind of tempted to just use a Leppa Berry, because I feel like I've stated before, well, of course, one of my rules is that I don't use items in battle. Well, you know, healing items. But I feel like PP is kind of exempt from this. I tend to at least, you know, not count PP restoring, because it doesn't really, because like with things that heal HP and status, that is kind of like more decisive. Like that actually, you know, that changes the dynamic of the battle, because, you know, all of a sudden your attack has full HP again, and, or, you know, all of a sudden your attacker isn't paralyzed anymore. But with PP, it's like you do waste a turn to restore your PP, so like I feel like it's a risk versus a reward. So like you since you're wasting that turn, there's like a risk to it, both with at least with HP restoring, you don't really waste anything, because you know, you probably then have more HP at the end of the turn than you did at the start of the turn. But not the case with PP, which, you know, you more likely than not will end up with less HP than you had at the beginning of the turn. And also the fact that, you know, it's not like you could have had more HP coming into the battle. Well, okay, well, if you forgot to heal, I suppose, but, you know, you couldn't have preloaded your Pokemon with extra. I couldn't have given my my Cradley like 200 out of 148 HP, unless I gave it like a Citrus Berry or something, you know. But with PP, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but basically I'm trying to just, my point is just that I don't feel like it's cheap to use, you know, ethers, elixirs, and Leppa Berries, PP restoring items in battle. Whereas I do feel like it is cheap to use HP and status restoring items. Yeah, let's give you a lava cookie, because we gotta use up this shit. Should I give you another? Yeah, I should give you an ether at least. Because the ethers, I don't feel too bad about using up, because, you know, the ethers you cannot get more of, but Leppa Berries you can, so, you know, the more Leppa Berries you have, the more Leppa Berries you're able to quote-unquote make. So I would rather use an ether over a Leppa Berry. Yes, let's go over here. There's a double battle here. Though, you know, this double battle and there's another battle coming right up that we could skip, but, you know, I'm just trying to take on everything in here to gain as much experience as possible, so, you know, we don't actually have to grind off screen that much, because I don't really like grinding off screen, really, because I feel like it's kind of lame. Like I would rather, you know, do most of my training and grinding and all that on screen as much as it's possible. But I'm of course not gonna, just record myself battling, wild Pokemon over and over, or, something like that. Because that would just be boring to watch. And I did state earlier that, I'm gonna cut out everything that's, just monotonous, so like the grinding and all that, and I barely showed any of the ocean, because the ocean part of the game is, kind of tedious, not just to record and do, but actually watch it is, kind of tedious. So I didn't cut anything out, because it did show me going through the entirety of the ocean, well, most of it. But it's just that I sped it up, and also beforehand I skipped most of the ocean by just not taking on any trainers and all that kind of stuff. So my point is just that I want to try to cut out as much tedium as possible. I don't really think that battling trainers counts as a tedium. So I'm always, as much as it's possible, gonna try to show battles on screen. But I'm just gonna cut out wild Pokemon and monotonous grinding and all that kind of shit. I think Spunta's high enough level, so not too worried about that. Dahlia back there, and there's a trainer over here. And that, after this trainer, that will do it for the entirety of the bottom 2 floors of Victory Road. Then at that point it's only the first floor left, which is 1 single battle and 1 double battle. So no big deer. Oh, god dang it. I don't really like this trend of barely managing to KO Pokemon. Oh, that scares me. Really does. I was about to say, oh please lower its special defense, but then I remember that Torkoal has the white smoke ability. And I actually remember, just a random anecdote, which is, I remember when I first got, because I got like, I don't remember if it was before or after I got Ruby and Sapphire. I think it might have been before, because, it was, they had leaked which Pokemon were in Ruby and Sapphire. And, it was pretty much just, all of the sprites in a line on, like, one page. And for some reason, I thought that, because Torkoal comes right after Numel and Camerupt in the Pokedex. So for some reason, my little mind thought that, oh, is Torkoal part of the Numel family in some way? Well, obviously I didn't actually know their names at that point, but I was just theorizing. But I was wrong. And I also had that actually with when it was very little, when it was the first generation. I thought that Farfetch'd and Doduo was related somehow, because they're right next. I think they're number 83 and 84, something like that. They're right next to each other, and it's a small, normal flying type like right next to a medium-sized normal flying type. So I was like, is there a relation here? Which, again, completely wrong. I guess at that point I didn't really think that, you know, and that was the other thing, because Doduo had 2 heads and Dodrio had 3 heads. I'm like, well, Farfetch'd only has 1 head. You know, I guess I didn't. It took me a while to really think about that. You know, why would a duck be related to like a dodo? And you know, why would a camel or a dromedar? I actually don't know what they're called in English. Why would they be related to, you know, a turtle? But I guess we have seen, you know, weirder connections in the animal kingdom when it comes to Pokemon species. I mean, the obvious example being Remoraid to Artillery, which, you know, thematically they fit together because, you know, it goes from being like a gun to a cannon, so like thematically it fits. But you know, when it comes to, you know, actual species, it's like it goes from a fish to an octopus. It's like, what? Wait, what's the relation there? And I guess excuse me. I guess there are other like kind of odd examples here and there, but for the most part, Pokemon tends to stay within, you know, certain limits. I suppose you could bring up Pikipek, which, you know, goes from a woodpecker to like a toucan. It's like, what? When these 2 creatures do not have anything in common except that they're birds, like, pretty much. Like, they both have interesting beaks? Question mark? Like, is that enough, really? I don't think so, but apparently Game Freak thought so. I mean, I guess you do have Trumbeak as like a kind of a middle, but I feel like Trumbeak is a lot closer to Pikipek than it is Toucanon. Like, a lot closer. Let me try and see if we can take out Gardevoir as quickly as possible before it has the ability to use Skill Swap, because that would be kind of bad. Come on, Dahlia. Shh. Oh my god. No. No, 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 no. Fuck. No. You have got to be kidding me. No. And there goes... Oh, shitty titties. Oh, these are some shitty fucking titties. Oh, no. This is actually bad. And there is a second one? Oh, shit. This is an actual problem. I'm honest to God worried about this. There goes the Ice Beam. Shouldn't do... Oh, fuck. 2 critical hits in a row? Are you... I mean, at this point, I'm just speechless. What the actual Christ just occurred? I'm not even memeing at this point. I'm just straight up speechless. There went 2. Well, at least, you know... Fuck, dude. Oh, that's so shitty. Okay. Want to try and take out the dust globs as quickly. And I'm also trying, because Waterfall has a chance of flinching. Because whatever... okay, we should be able to take it out. Just in case it survived, I wanted to see if I could flinch it. Because I'm pretty sure that Dustclops also has Scale Swap. Oh no. Oh, this could actually be bad. Oh. What? How in the fuck did that... Like, that wouldn't even have killed it with a critical. What happened there? God, I'm so confused. And so sad. Ugh. Yeah, this is a disgrace, alright. Wow. That just knocked all the air out of me. And right before the fucking entrance. Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh, shit. Well, first of all, let's, check, well, might as well do some general cleaning. Oh, Jesus. This is Stardust and Everstone. Nothing in there. Okay. Fuck. There goes Artemis. And there goes Dahlia. God damn it. Oh, that sucks so bad. The thing is, I'm not even sure who to... Well, I guess Rojas is gonna be one of them? Cause, like, fucking, what else are we supposed to do? But, like, what are we gonna do for a 6th team member here? Maybe? No. Fuck, dude. Maybe Evangeline. Maybe Evangeline. No, not Sardine. Shit, dude. I should honestly take this time to... Because Rojas could be good for Glacia, at least for the Glalis. But I should take something else that could be good against... Actually, Appa might actually be a good alternative. Because with huge power, and I think it learns Brick Break. Okay, sure. So that was a thing that shouldn't have happened, but it sure did. So in the next episode, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna train everybody up to, let's say, level 52, maybe? Something like that. At least to the 50s. At least. See you guys the next time. Bye.